As we go into the January transfer window, this has become a very nervy time, especially since all the players that I have seem to have declined in terms of their transfer value, and with very few players available to replace anyone who is sold, this is going to be a problematical month. All we can do is wait and see what happens. Let's go and kick some balls. Hello and welcome back to Norwich, part 34, season 5, in the Ferguson save set in the future. And despite all the problems that we are having on and off the pitch, we are still in third place. And as we move into the January transfer window, we have played 22 and we have 46 points. We are 4 points behind surprise package Chelsea, who are top of the league, and 2 points behind Arsenal, who are in second. Manchester City are just behind us, 2 points behind us in fourth. And so we are keeping our place in the Champions League. But we do have a transfer window that has just begun, and there are rumours flying about regarding several of our players. And we've also had problems adapting to the new tactic. We simply don't have enough cover in midfield, and we've had to revert back to the 4-1-2-2-1, which has served so well throughout the save and has created another mini revival. But before we go into what has happened both on and off the pitch, if you are brand new to the channel, you like FM content and you love to see people like me suffer playing this game, well, you are definitely in the right place. So why not subscribe, like, watch, comment, do all that kind of stuff. Follow along and help us to support the British Heart Foundation. And we have moved forward quite a long way, so let's have a look at what has happened on the pitch since you were last with us. And when you were last with us, you saw us losing to Arsenal in the Premier League. Things were starting to go wrong again. And then we had a 2-2 draw against Leicester in the fourth round of the EFL Cup, which we won on penalties. Very fortunate to win that, especially as we don't have any penalty takers in our team. I'm not sure how that worked. Then we beat West Ham at home by 3-0, and then a 1-1 draw against Barcelona in the Champions League. It was at this point that we decided we needed to go back to the 4-1-2-2-1 system, which had served us so well. And the boys took to it again, and we beat Leicester away by 2-1 in the Premier League, Bournemouth at home by 3-0, and then we beat AEK in the Champions League by 4-1. Manchester City was up next with a 2-2 draw, and then a 3-0 away victory at Aston Villa, and we were doing very well at the moment. We came unstuck against Chelsea with a 1-0 defeat at home, and we followed that with a 3-0 victory away at Lask in the Champions League. That was followed by a 2-2 draw away at Sheffield United in the Premier League before we beat Liverpool quite easily in the EFL Cup by 3-1. And that was followed by an away victory at Southampton by 3-0, and then we beat Fulham by 4-2 again in the Premier League. 2 further Premier League games against Brighton and Burnley have resulted in comfortable victories. And so in the Premier League we are sitting in third, we are doing very well. And in the Champions League we are in 13th place. We have played 6, won 3, drawn 2, and we have 11 points. We are going to qualify. Whether we will finish in the top 8 is debatable. I can't see that happening now. But we have got through to the semi-final of the Carabao Cup, and we will be playing Manchester City in the semi-final. We will play the first leg today. We will be away at Manchester City, but before that we will be at home to Manchester United in the Premier League. It's Manchester Day here at Norwich. And it promises to be a very busy transfer window, and I'm not looking forward to this at all because the cost of bringing players in is extremely high and the price of players going out seems to be declining. And for example, if we were to look at players who are wanted, like, well, there are so many. If we were to look at players like Hosoya, who is a very, very good player. He has now a transfer value of just 33 million. I can't afford to bring anybody in to replace him as good as him for that kind of money. And if we look at one of my greatest players in Kitambala is wanted. His transfer value has dropped to 15 to 16 million. I have a transfer value of 71 million on him, but the guide value is 15 to 16 million. I can't even afford to buy a round of drinks for the boys with that kind of money. Zapropoulos is not wanted at the moment. He is unhappy because he wants to move to a better club. I don't blame him, so do I. And we have so many players that are wanted, like Kamara, Bonilla, Jerusu, Fortes. We have Gotts wanted, Mbemba wanted, Carioca is underbid already, Lee is wanted, Hosoya's wanted, Matic is wanted, Puk is wanted, Kitambala is wanted, and it goes on. And so I have no way out because transfer values for these players are dropping and prices to bring players in are increasing. It seems like I'm in a cost of living crisis here in FM in the future. But the transfer window will be what it will be. I can't really afford to dwell on that. We have to just go and play football. Whilst the 4-1-2-2-1 is working again, we're going to keep going with that. We are playing in a much more positive way. We've pushed the lines up. We're not being defensive anymore, and we're going to keep going with that, as we have the correct amount of personnel to play this system, whereas in the Brazilian 4-2-4 we didn't have enough personnel who could play at DM in order to play the system. We're just going to keep going. The transfer window will be what the transfer window will be, and so we have a big game to play against Manchester United. Let's go and kick some balls. And so the team for today is Gotts in goal with Kamara, Muntian, Bonilla, Jerusu at the back, Flores, Fortes and Zapropoulos in midfield with Puk, Kitambala and Wilden up front. I do not feel very optimistic about winning this game, despite the fact that Manchester United have been playing very poorly of late and should be quite tired. Fixtures are very congested. And even though our form has been extremely good of late, and we are on a good run, I have faith in you boys. Let's go out and win this game. I think that this is probably where, again, it's all going to start to go wrong. And I always struggle against teams that are really struggling themselves. And that is fact. And I don't even know how to overcome that. We are playing this 4-1-2-2-1. But much more aggressively. We're playing positive. We're trying to get at players, close them down. Zapropoulos has won the ball in midfield, cuts inside and finds Puk. Puk is in. We do have a chance. Wilden has scored, but I suspect he's offside. He looked a mile offside there to me, and I think that's probably going to be disallowed, but it's been a very good start. We have pretty much dominated United, and I think the goal is going to be given. Wilden has given us the lead. It is Norwich 1, Manchester United 0. Wilden was onside, and he's just tapped it in, and Wilden is back, and it's nice to see Wilden back scoring some goals. And I hope that we can build on this. The last few episodes for Norwich have been extremely disappointing, extremely depressing performances. And we need big performances today. We are creating havoc in the Manchester United goal. And here is Wilden. Wilden with the ball into the box, and that is fired away, and it goes over a corner. We're absolutely creating chaos in the Manchester United penalty area. One goal, though, is not going to be enough. I'm not going to be happy with one goal. As Puk flies in the corner, the goalkeeper comes and claims, and it remains Norwich 1, Manchester United 0. And we don't need to see that goal line technology. I hope that FM will take that out in future years, because it doesn't show you anything. But it was a nice touch. They tried to do something nice. And here's Zapropoulos with the corner. It's flown in. We got another chance. And Wilden is his second. It is now Norwich 2, Manchester United 0. And Manchester United have been in absolute dire straits over the last couple of years. They find themselves, I think think they avoided relegation just by 2 places off the bottom last season, and they find themselves in 14th place again this season. They are in dire straits. They are actually in 15th place. We've moved up to second, 4 points behind Chelsea, and we need to stay where we are. And we are beating Manchester United absolutely comfortably. Manchester United have only created 1 chance. We have and at last are getting shots on target. Going back to this 4-1-2-1, 2-2-1 has been probably the best thing that I did. We had to change things up for a while. We had to change things to start getting results. We did that. But now, with this more positive style that we're playing with this system, it's working very well. There's another chance. Wilden has got his hat-trick, and we are 3-0 up. And we have buried Manchester United in 20 minutes. And I think I need to give the boys a little bit of encouragement and say, well done, boys. And it was a lovely cross from Pook. Wilden was in acres of space. He hit the post and he put it in from the rebound. There was nobody around him to stop him. He could have taken a fortnight to do that, and it is now 3-0. And what a start this has been. But we need to defend well and keep Manchester United out. And Kitten Barla's looking to bring the ball forward. What an episode this could be, and it's about time, because we've had 2 very depressing episodes and we are absolutely thrashing Manchester United. Sapropoulos brings the ball forward, looks inside, Kittenbala's in space, and Wilden has got his 4th goal. Norwich are 4-0 up against Manchester United. Kittenbala absolutely inspired, and he just found Wilden. And Wilden again, in acres of space, just tapped it home. And Wilden has 4 goals. He has a rating of 10. We have 4 goals. We are 4-0 up against Manchester United. I was not expecting this. Even Giroud, who is just like a 2-star defender, is playing well at left back. We have brought in a new left back, of course, but he's not fit enough to actually start the game. He's only just arrived yesterday, and he's just nowhere near fit enough. We do have another chance, and Pook has made it 5-0. It's Norwich 5, Manchester United 0. I don't believe what I'm actually seeing here. I was expecting a tight game. I was expecting Manchester United to be under pressure, but maybe catch us on the break, because we are playing with this high line now. But we've absolutely destroyed them, and we are getting shots on target. It is always a good sign when you are getting your shots on target. We've had 18 shots, 11 on target. We have an XG of 4.31. We are outstanding. What a half of football that was. I got to be careful what I say to them at half time, because it's always a danger that they go to sleep as in the second half and give away a couple of goals. And Pook is in again. Can he make it 6? Can he make it 6? It's a good save by the goalkeeper. It's Norwich 5, Manchester United 0 at half time. We have absolutely destroyed them, and I can't believe what I'm seeing. And I'm going to say it's important to stay focused. I don't want them giving away 2 goals at the start of the second half. I want them to go at Manchester United again and keep going. We are a team that struggles with concentration, so telling them to stay focused is probably a good idea. I think also what might be a good idea is for me to make a couple of changes. We've got Manchester City coming up in midweek, and that's another game that is going to be very tough, and we could win it though. We could win it, although we are away. But it would be nice to get a win in that game too, and have an episode where we win 2 games. And we do have the ball again, and here's Jerusu, who's having a really tidy game at left back. He's bursting forward. Where are you going? And it comes out wide to Zaprapoulos. Zaprapoulos, can he get it into the box? Gets to the byline, looks inside, finds Flores. Flores inside, can't find his man. It comes to nothing. Manchester United look to break on the counter-attack. We need to pick up this second ball, which we've done. Well done, Bonilla finds Gotts. Gotts in goal. He finds Bonilla. We have been on a very good run of form of late. It's taken us now up to, well, challenging for the title, and we've got another one, and Wilden has got his 5th goal. But is it going to be offside? I've got a funny feeling this one will not count, as Wilden cannot get 5. It has been disallowed, and we have let Manchester United off the hook there. The 5 goals for Wilden would have been outstanding, but we're going to take 4. We are beating Manchester United by 5 goals to 0. I think it's now time to go and make a couple of changes, but we'll wait until this highlight is finished as Manchester United look to get forward. We've won the ball, but we've headed it straight to a Manchester United shirt, bringing it forward. Again, we need to be very careful. We can't take our foot off the gas here and allow Manchester United to come back into the game. They are pressing forward, but we need to intercept, and we're pushing them backwards. It's good play, forcing them back, but they are passing it around. They're playing a lot better in the second half, it has to be said. We do need to clear it. We've made an error. That was a dreadful error. Who was that at the back? I'm not quite sure, but that was an absolute shocking error. I think it might have been Bonilla, who just took his eye off the game. And when you're 5-0 up, that's very easy to do. And we have headed it clear. It's gone out for another corner. I need to tell them to focus. They are not a team blessed with concentration levels. And Manchester United have been absolutely hammered. We're not going to lose this game now, but we don't want to let them back into it either. That would be tragic. And here is Pook. Pook has done well. I'm going to go and make some changes. And so we have made some changes, and hopefully those will get us through this game now quite comfortably. We are 5-0 up against Manchester United. We've taken our foot off the gas, as I suspected that we would. And you don't often build on that in the Premier League. It generally peters out, and we hit the crossbar. That was Kitambala hitting the crossbar. And it's been a great day. To be fair, it's been an absolutely great day. We've absolutely annihilated Manchester United. We took them to the cleaners in the first half. They've played better in the second half, marginally, but they've hardly created an opportunity. We have created chance after chance after chance. We deserve our 5-0 lead at the moment, and we're going to go into the game against Manchester City feeling very, very good. And we have picked the ball up, and Zakarioka finds Flores. Flores to Belmonte. Belmonte finds Fenardi. Fenardi, who's not played as much football as I would have liked him to play. He's a wonder kid. He should be playing more. And Wilden's in. Can Wilden get another one? Wilden's got another one. That is going to be 5 goals for Wilden. And we are now 6-0 up. What a performance by Wilden. What a day he is having. He's now got 5 goals. We are 6-0 up against United. Matic's pass. And Wilden, it was a little lucky, but we'll take that. He has a perfect 10 score today. He's deserved the plaudits. We have kept our place in 3rd place today. The game is coming to an end. Are Manchester United going to get a goal, though, before the end? It's now 6-0 to Norwich. We'd like to make it 7 if we could. I suspect United are going to pull one back, but it's hit the crossbar and gone over. And 6-0 against Manchester United. What a result. What an absolutely fabulous, fabulous win. So many good performances out there. And I'm going to say that's about as good a win as you are likely to see. What an absolutely glorious performance. We've beaten Manchester United by 6 goals to 0. Isn't it nice when that happens in FM? Because normally you are on the other end of that, playing against Manchester United. What an absolutely fabulous, fabulous day. And it makes a change. And so now we have to go and get ready for the game against Manchester City, the first leg of the Carabao Cup semi-final. Let's go and see if we can beat Manchester City. Can we get to a final? Can we win a trophy this year, despite all the problems that we're having? Is it possible? Let's go and get the team ready, and we'll be right back. And so just before we go into the team news, we do have some problems already accumulating. We have had to agree to let Hosoya go if AC Milan come in with a bid of at least £41 million for him. We rejected their initial bid, and I'm expecting another bid to match what we've promised him at any time now. We're also going to have to let Giroud go. I forgot that he was transfer listed. I rejected a bid from Crystal Palace and he's got very upset. He has to play today, Giroud, because we still have both other left backs on the injured list, and so he has to play. And the other bit of news is that we will be letting Götze go. He is under bid for £28 million, and we've decided that probably it is a good idea to let him go. And so Prescott, who was formerly a Manchester City player, he has now come into the team today to replace Götze, who probably will be leaving us very soon. So we do need now another goalkeeper. And so we have Prescott in goal with Kamara, Lee, Reguilón and Giroud at the back. Flores, Fortes and Matic in midfield with Kitambala, Hosoya and Wilden up front. And because of all the stuff that is going on within the dressing room, all the disruption that is actually going on, I don't feel that we have any chance at all here today. We're going to go out, just do our best, but if we lose, we lose. I think that we do need to show everybody that we are good enough to be in this competition, that we are good enough to be in the semi-final. So get out there, put on a good performance, and that's all I will expect from you. I don't see us winning this game, given how much disruption there is with every player. I think apart from about 4 have wanted symbols next to them. I'd also like to give Wilden a new contract, but it's not possible because we have financial issues. And here come Manchester City, and they are going to get the first goal, but it's cleared off the line. What a clearance. So Wilden, as soon as possible, I will be looking to give a new contract to. Even though he's 30, he's still a great player. And in order to do that, I've had to transfer list Melati as well. He has a transfer value of 31 million. We're not going to get that for him. And so everything is going on. It's disruptive for the team, and I don't expect we're going to get a result here today. It's all City at the moment, and we're doing well to hold on. But here they come forward, looking to get into the box. The shot goes over the crossbar, and we're lucky to be in this game at the moment. I need to drop them a little bit of encouragement, I think, just to try and gee them up a little bit. It looks on paper like it's a fairly even game. We're not creating many chances though, and we haven't had much of the possession, and we are having problems with Mattis low. I think I probably need to go and deal with that. And so we have asked the team to tight mark him and turn him onto his left foot. He has a very weak left foot. Let's turn him onto his left foot and try to keep him out that way. It's all Manchester City at the moment. I don't quite know how we managed to get a result against them earlier in the season. But it is the Carabao Cup semi-final. We'll be lucky to get anything out of it. We've had 4 shots, 4 on target, and that's pretty good. And at half-time, it's Manchester City 0, Norwich 0. Even a goal to 0 at the end of the game will be really good. And I'm going to say well done to the players. Keep going. You've got the ability to make the difference. And if Manchester City are as half as tired as we are, then anything could happen in the second half. Neither team is really impressing at the moment, and we need to just keep doing what we're doing, defend well, and keep them out, and hopefully we'll get a breakaway and we'll manage to put one away. But you can't rely on that, and I think maybe we need a change of system here just to confuse City. But there's a ball through to Lowe. He has been a problem. We did say tight mark him. We didn't tight mark him, and that was dreadful. And I need to shout at them and demand more, because we just didn't do our jobs there. And a lot of City players are causing us problems at the moment. Nick Prescott is having a very good game in goal for us, and Flores is playing well. But we need to do better. We need to create more chances, and I think possibly I need to change the system a little bit. We'll wait until after this highlight and we go and make some changes. But here is Reguan into the box, and that was a chance from Flores, and what a brilliant save by the goalkeeper. I'm not quite sure how he kept that out. It's still 0-0 in the Carabao Cup first leg of the semi-final. It's still 0-0. It's a good performance given everything that is going on in the dressing room. I think it's an excellent performance we're putting in. And away at Manchester City, I think possibly now it is time to go and make some changes. And so we have made some changes, but it was interesting that the two players who are really playing badly, Giroud and Hossoya, they are playing extremely badly. Hossoya trying to get the ball into the box. Wilden has a chance. Wilden can't score. And so we've decided to take Giroud and Hossoya off the pitch. Two players who are very angry with me for not allowing them to leave. Flores now is also very tired. I don't think I have anybody who can replace Flores, and it is a problem. We're short of players at the moment, and Flores will have to continue. I have a number of other players. Wilden's not having a very good game. Malati has already been substituted. And so is he an option? He's in the shop window. We'll bring Malati on, see if he can't get a goal for us. He wants to stay at Norwich, Malati, but he is open to speaking to other clubs. Belmonte finds Pook. Pook bursting into the box. Can he get a cross in? That looks like a penalty to me. And just as I've taken Wilden off the pitch, we have been given a penalty. And I've taken my penalty taker off the pitch, unfortunately. They are checking VAR. Was it a penalty? It has been awarded. And now I don't have a penalty taker on the pitch. And I'm not sure who's going to take this. Is it Pook, possibly? It's going to be Malati. Maliti has a chance to make a name for himself, and he's missed it. And I knew that was going to happen because I had taken Wilden off the pitch. And that was bound to happen. We don't have penalty takers, unfortunately. And it's really bizarre how that happens, and it's the first penalty that we've been given in such a long time. I would expect Manchester City to go on and win the game now. I think it's probably game over. They are looking to play the long ball though, and Lee finds Flores, who's dead on his feet, finds Zakarioka, and he is also upset in the dressing room because he wants to leave as well. He's not been given the playing time he needs. I don't have players who can replace them, and if everybody leaves who wants to leave, I will have about 5 players left. It's become a nightmare, and there it is. There's exactly what I predicted, the goal for Manchester City. Sometimes it's very, very easy to read this game, and that was so predictable. It was unbelievable, and I don't really want to see that again because it was so predictable that Manchester City were going to do that once that we had missed the penalty. And this is why sometimes people get very, very frustrated with this game, because it's almost like you know what is going to happen. We do have a free kick, which Zaprapoulis tries to get an effort in on target. It's not going to go in. We're not allowed. That's the way the game operates. We just have to accept it. We are a goal down in the semi-final. There's 5 minutes of added time. I don't think Manchester City deserve to win. It's just the way that the things go, and you have to accept it. And it is a reason why people will accuse this game of being scripted. I read it. You saw how I read that. Once the penalty was missed, I told you that Manchester City were going to win this by 1-0, and they did. And I even got the scorer. I wish I could actually place bets on it, because I'm getting very, very good at this. And I would make a lot of money on predict the score in Football Manager. And we'll say you did yourselves proud. Well done. It was a good performance, given that nobody wants to stay at the club, and we are probably going to end up selling everybody and won't have a team left. And I wonder what FM will do at the end of that. We also have a player who's going to be suspended. We're going to be losing players left, right and centre. And I don't know what to do. Whatever happens is whatever happens. That's what I say. I wonder if FM will actually go so far as to leave you without any players. That's where it seems to be heading. We've got a very, very busy month ahead in January. We're going to have all sorts of shenanigans in the transfer window. I think we'll come back for Sheffield United and Chelsea after the transfer window has closed. It's been a strange episode, thrashing Manchester United by 6-0, but then in the most bizarre fashion, easily predictable fashion, losing 1-0 away at Manchester City. We're not out of it yet. We still have the second leg to go, but it does seem like it's the end of the journey to me. And that's it for this episode. If you're brand new to the channel, you like FM content, you love to see people suffer playing this game, you're in the right place. So why not? Subscribe, like, watch and comment. Help the channel to grow and help us to support the British Heart Foundation. And all that remains to be said now is stay safe, and we'll see you in the next episode.